Hello to my Leos. This is Queen Amon-Ra coming to you with your general reading. Leos, the solar eclipse energy is still unfolding. Spirit is guiding you to shed illusions, embrace the truth, and also step into higher alignment. Step into higher alignment. What I'm picking up on is that somebody said that they would have your back in a situation when it comes to pouncing on something. All you needed to do was lie in wait, like a lion in the jungle, which is an apex predator. And just somebody said that they would have your back when it came to something, right? But your mind is starting to change. First of all, you're not a lion in the jungle. You're in human form. That's first and foremost. And somebody has lied to you in the past. And once you realize, okay, that somebody has lied to you in the past, they said they would have your back, whether it's for a raise or whether they said that they would increase your wealth and your abundance and doing stuff. It should only take one time. Somebody said they had your back or something. It should only take one time. Because what I'm looking at here is that they consistently lower your abundance and your prosperity by lying on people behind their back and putting you in the forefront of something. So it's like, okay, when you gonna stop linking up with people like that? What day that's gonna happen? Today may be the day. You just say, hey, look, it's time for me to release these karmic relationships. I don't want to sit in a circle with nobody who's lowering my worth and my value as hard as I work to get to a certain position. This is the King of Wands here. You have a certain position, and linking up with people who don't know their worth or their value will mess you up every single time. They low vibrational. All they do is pull people into stuff. They tell lies about people behind their back. Oh, the reason why they're crying. Listen, crying is a sign of strength. It's a sign of release. And so somebody could have been crying over death and could have been recorded because they were crying over a death. And somebody said, I got your back with something. Oh, they're a crybaby. Let me tell y'all something remember, water is reflective, right? So if a person is crying over death, that's a human being. That's a human. How many people cry behind closed doors over loved ones who transitioned or died or had nightmares because they tried to warn somebody about something and somebody didn't listen? I mean, so it's just too many people got things in common. But anyway, looking at your cards here, the theme around your reading is going to be illumination, karmic release, transformation, divine alignment. The focus for you, Leo, is just how can you embrace eclipse energy and step into spiritual clarity this week, right? So we're going to dive into your reading. We're going to dive into your reading. Your reading opens up with the Sun card, right? Opens up with the Sun card. And so your spirit affirms illumination, truth, and joy are central this week for you. And so light is shining on what was hidden. So if you were worried about, something, so let's say you put the past behind you. If a person said they would have your back in the past and they are consistently showing you that they're unavailable, they didn't have your back, then y'all, come on now. Put a manhole cover over it. Somebody is smoke and mirrors. Somebody is all smoke and mirrors. And so that'll put a fire up under somebody because you're going to start seeing that some people saw you as competition. But, I was just playing about so-and-so. It's like, listen, you're not messing up. You're not coming down off of your throne because somebody likes to take a gamble on something. Right? And so the challenge is letting go of regret. And so Spirit asks you to focus not on loss, but on what blessings remain and are still unfolding. Yeah. A person could be lamenting up 5, 6, and 7 of Cups connects us with Scorpio. Somebody is, made some kind of comparison about something. And you're just like, well, wait a minute. Something has come to light. Something has come to light. And so you're tapped into your strength here. And so at the root lies courage and inner power. Spirit reminds you that your heart-centered strength is your greatest ally. Listen, when you put somebody who is a lamb in survival mode, right? Just like people in the physical realm would say they have your back, but we're in physical realm, right? In the physical vehicle, these physical bodies. Source, when a person gets to a point where they realize Source has their back, Fearless. It's because Source is guiding their every move. Source is guiding their every move. And that's what Source is getting you to. That's what you have in common. A lot of people have that in common. When people look at an energy and say, oh, they're not from here, or they're sheep and they're around a lot of lions. Listen, hey, welcome to Earth. Welcome to Earth. Everybody has been in a position where they were new in a job, new in a geographical location, new somewhere, new in a country, so geographical location. And people have looked at them and said something about them stands out. Okay? Do something to make them cry. Test them to see if you can make them cry. But when you know that you have Source has your back, people cry for various reasons. Death, loss of a job, whatever. Somebody may have talked about something and recorded something while somebody had their head down. Two energies could have recorded something when somebody had their head down. And so some people feel like when you're distracted, you're not paying attention to your surroundings, right? You're not paying attention to your surroundings. So it makes you easy prey for predators, right? And so some people, they have one conversation where they empty out, they may cry about something, and then, okay, it's a one and done. Okay, they're now aware of their surroundings. Oh, okay, they're around predators. Oh, got it. The danger in people who are looking to pounce on prey is, guess what? There's somebody always in the background waiting to pounce on them. So somebody is in a very vulnerable position right now, right? Ten of Swords here lets me know that a painful ending or a karmic closure is behind you. And so though difficult, it created space for renewal. Somebody is really starting to see that people who talk about, I always got your back, I got your back and this and that. For one, even if their intention was to have your back all the time, we are in human form, meaning that somebody could have gotten sick, they could have got caught in traffic, something could have happened where they weren't able to be there when they said they were going to be there. That's you extending grace, right? But beyond that, when you have been new in places as a leader, you climbed that ladder, you got back on at a higher frequency. Source alerts you when danger is ahead or if it's not ahead, right? Okay, you're safe. Go here, go there. You're safe, right? So somebody is feeling pretty lucky, and because the moon is in Sagittarius and moved from Scorpio into Sagittarius, somebody is now learning how to purge these unhealthy and wounded relationships, spending time about people, linking up with people, sitting around a circle with people in their karmic circle. And that's, like I said, you're divinely protected, but you from now on, somebody's like, okay, I'm putting a manhole cover over the past. I see everything I need to see. I don't want to be connected to anybody who's sitting around talking about somebody is dying behind closed doors, or they don't come out the house and they only come out at night. Wrong conversation. Wrong conversation, right? So the conscious influence would be the star. And so you are consciously reaching for divine clarity and healing. And so Spirit affirms that hope and higher guidance are lighting your path. You got to remember, when you are a leader, the last conversations you want to hear about people, think of it this way. If I got to get somebody a physical, let's say you're a manager in your office, right? Do you have time realistically when you got to report up to sit there and gossip with people who are talking about lower frequency stuff? Absolutely not. You wouldn't have applied for a higher position if you had time to do all of that. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your time. It drags you down to a lower frequency. Okay, competing and compare. You look better than this person. You're a better manager than this person. Okay, they may stroke your ego for 5 minutes. But then you sit there and think about it like, somebody else ain't thinking about you. They too busy excelling and going up and up. While you got people running to you, minions coming to you, hey, competing and comparing about something. You got stuff to do, okay? You got stuff to do. So the Death card is your transformation. This is the near future. Transformation is close. This week will usher in endings that lead to spiritual rebirth. That's what's happening. Somebody is having a total recall of how many times somebody said they would have your back only to lie about you behind your back. That's what you're having a total recall of. Once you get that in your spirit, that okay, this person said they would have my back here, there, in the personal and professional realm, and either they couldn't or they wouldn't. Everything was dependent upon something else, right? In the physical sense, something around, could they bring you down to a lower frequency? Could they make you cry in some way, shape, form, or fashion? Your crying days are over. You putting a manhole behind, child, you just like, listen, I'm putting a manhole cover over this. I'm protecting my energy. I'm not spending no more time around this energy. I feel like for some of you all, you're about to be celibate. I mean, unless you married, you with your person, whatever. I feel like somebody's about to be celibate because what you're dealing with is an energy that is highly sexual, but at the same time, they have a lustful spirit and they have projected that energy onto you. So somebody could be contaminated by an incubus or a succubus spirit. And so to say, nah, you're about to put a manhole cover over the past. You done. You done with that, right? So because something brings you down to almost the lowest frequency. Whenever you see the death card, not on this particular deck, it would be like maybe the modern witch deck. It's almost like riding through like a grave site, like where you just see spirits that, you know, had something buried in them. They had a book buried in them. They had a you know, because of the people that they were hanging around, linking up with, they never published their book. They never wrote a screenplay. They said they was going to do everything that they were called to do is buried in that grave, or, you know, cremated or something like that. You're like, I don't want to be around people like that. I'm gonna be at a low frequency for a little while, but I shine bright. You're ruled by the sun. So it's like, no, I don't want to be around people that's like that. So good deal for you, right? So you're having a tower moment. Well, let me go before like the Knight of, the King of Wands here. You see yourself as a visionary. You're bold. Your spirit affirms this fire, but encourages balance and wisdom with patience. Anytime somebody says, "I got your back," okay, that's the time to test them. You have my back. But you're also extending grace by saying, okay, they're in human form. There's no way they could always have your back. Always. So something has definitely increased someone's prayer life, right? And so your environment and the influences, right? So your tower may shift suddenly, and spirit is dismantling false structures so that truth and clarity may rise here, right? And so your hopes and fears is that you fear imbalance but long for harmony. Spirit shows you that balance is found through adaptability and flow. Yes, being around certain people really does lower your abundance and your prosperity, because they're only looking at the physical realm. They're not thinking about the spiritual realm at all. So right now you're about to start enforcing some boundaries. This is the World card. So completion and integration. By week's end, a karmic cycle concludes, bringing you wholeness and readiness for your next chapter. So this week is about illumination, courage, and transformation, Leos. The eclipse energies are guiding you to release the past, embrace truth, and step boldly into your next chapter. And so trust Spirit's guidance. The way that people get fire signs is with that competing and comparing. You need two dry situations to rub together, two dry materials to rub together to start a flame, a spark, right? So people are forever trying to get you all to step down off of your throne, wild manes flying all over the place, scratching, and all of this craziness that's going on, instead of collaborating with people. All of that competing and comparing, nobody has any competition. The minute people start telling you, oh, I got your back, and you go back in your mental and you start thinking, okay, I have a track record with that, whoever that energy is, where they didn't have your back here, there, this and that, for whatever reason, they couldn't or they wouldn't. That is all you need to know. Here's your question, solar plexus questions for your test. For those of you who like questions, right? First question is, can you make decisions quickly and definitely? Absolutely, absolutely. Once you start thinking, okay, you caught up in a moment, somebody made you cry several times, lying behind your back, doing all kinds of mess. You know what? If you got to darn near bite your fingers off not to call them. If you got to say, okay, I need to get as far away from this energy as possible, because in the physical realm, they may like, you know, having wild, you know, sex or whatever the case may be, but the pain is so overwhelming. I feel lower and lower and lower. That is their auric layer. They don't need to be anywhere near you in that auric layer. I don't care. They could be fine as frog hair. They don't need to be anywhere near you in that auric layer. Always talking about they got your back. Second question is, in group situations, do you tend to be the one to take control? Third question is, are you quick-witted? Right? Fourth question is, do you believe in yourself completely? Fifth question is, do you have a strong will? Sixth question is, are you comfortable being in the center of attention? I'll keep trying to tell y'all, a lot of people who are secure with themselves don't see Leos as a threat at all. They too busy clapping and cheering for you, giving you compliments. Oh my God, that looks great on you. You look nice in that. Such and such and such. Y'all, you about to watch your whole circle about to change. Because the fact that you're enforcing boundaries is going to set some people off. They're going to start reminding you of how many times they had your back, you didn't have theirs. Y'all need to develop, okay, and did you do it because you wanted to, or did you did it because you wanted to throw it back up in my face later? Okay? So be comfortable being the center of attention, but also recognize that everybody has a north node as well, and other people are looking at other people as well, right? You're not the only Leo or a fifth house. Everybody has a fifth house. Leos just happen to rule fifth house, right? But recognize when people are operating in their north node, their confidence level comes out. Like somebody has been out in the sun, recharging, resetting. They ain't crying over nothing. They not crying over anything. They put the past behind them, the whole 9 yards. And the sheep amongst apex predators, hey, listen, they're being guided by the creator, by source, right? So the seventh question is, are you always, excuse me, aware of what you do and what you do and what you don't like? The eighth question is, are you able to be assertive when necessary? Somebody needs you to be assertive and tell them, hey, listen, when I go back through my mental Rolodex, you said you had my back for this, that, and the other. But it feels like I feel lower when I walk away from you. When I leave your presence, I feel less than, I feel lower. It's almost like somebody has to drag you down to a low frequency and then tell you that they love you, because that is how they feel about themselves. Whoever they are, they always they're there when it comes to low times. Oh, you going through this, you going through that. But when you in full Leo mode, Leo, y'all gotta watch, listen, Leos. Y'all gotta watch out for them kind of people. They there for you every time you having a low moment. You crying, they right there. They want to sit there and wipe your tears, and they want to be, but let you be in full Leo mode. I'm saying this because I've seen it. I've seen it in the workplace. Leos come in, they got a little extra little pizzazz, dazzle, hair looking good. You may got a hair color, such and such and such and such, and watch how source exposes people. Okay, watch how source exposes people, and watch some of those people, the ones who never saw you as a threat. They be like, look at you, you better go ahead with your bad self. They sitting there congratulating you, telling you look nice, that's your color, all of. But the ones, source will expose a open enemy just like that. They can't hide it. They can. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all better keep coming back to this channel. Don't ever turn on your light, Leos. Never. Never. Wake up on sun time. For real. Wake up glistening and gleaming and shining, and watch how source exposes people. Source will clear the whole room out. The whole room. You hear what I'm saying? For real. So yeah, so child, that's light. That should be light work for a Leo at this point. People that's trying to compete and try to make you compete and compare when they were the ones that made you cry. What? That's easy. That's easy. Remove them so you can be around people who celebrate you, not people who tolerate you. I don't care if it's a man, woman, whoever. So number 10 is, do you often exercise self-restraint? Number 11 is, do you feel generally confident even when trying new things? And then 12 is, are you highly motivated and not a procrastinator? Even if it was somebody that, first of all, Even if you were dating somebody and they're too busy trying to compare you to somebody else, hey, nah, you got it. They can have whatever. Hey, listen, you got it. You ain't competing and comparing yourself to nobody, because you can't be trying to help somebody. When you got these energies running around here trying to compare you to their ex or compare you to, you know what, you stand right there on that low frequency. Because you know your worth and you know your value. That's your second house. Know your worth and know your value and balance it out. A new partnership, job / love is near. There ain't no way in the world I would stay with anybody who's in there trying to compete with an ex. Child, bye. They about to be another used to be. Joe's song, Word to Joe, the singer, Another Used to Be. They're about to be another used to be. Somebody gonna listen to that song, Another Used to Be. I'm telling you, somebody about to be another used to be. Oh yeah, Word to Joe. That's a nice song. The curse is now broken. There's no way in the world I would stay with anybody who tried to compare me to an ex. They could be fine as frog hair. You should know who you are. Your ex was on an assignment. You better know your worth, Leos. Be patient. The answers are coming. Because why is somebody still talking about their ex? Don't cast your pearls before swine. As soon as you start talking about something made you cry, well, you can't even grieve around some people and be open and tell them, like, you can't even be your authentic self with some people behind closed doors. They can't wait to use it against you, and then to add insult to injury, they deliver the last sword. Don't be like them. You was born a star. You're on rebirth side. First time somebody take that sword and use something against you, that when you was open and vulnerable to them, needs to be the first and last time. They can call you cold as ice if they want to. Your ex wants to return. Yeah, somebody thought they was playing mind games with you. Good luck with that, because they just played themselves. You have the gift of precognition. That's foreknowledge. They played themselves. It's a whole new you. Everything in moderation. You are not playing around. He apologizes for betraying you. Okay, apology accepted, access denied. It's for real, y'all. Like, it's a whole new day. Get outside, get some freaking sun, and remove all that stale confusion off of your spirit. It's time to open your vault door. I don't care if it's a he, she, it, whatever it is. Source is saying to you, listen, the curse is broken. Snap out of the trance. Somebody who likes to see you at a low frequency, they like to see you sad, they like to see you broken, busted, and disgusted, right? So they can always say, I was there for you at your low point. But your high point, when your confidence is beaming, you looking good, you smelling good, you in that confidence space, they sitting over in a corner somewhere ready to pounce on something. If they don't go sit, child, they gonna go sit them paws down. Here we have the angel and prophecy of wisdom is with you. Nobody had time for people who back straight and walk away. She apologizes for betraying you. This is a child, what I say, a he or she, it don't matter. Document your dreams day and night. It don't even matter. You know how to stand alone. Source has your back. You are an answered prayer. Nobody had time for that craziness. Somebody love to be around people when they're at their lowest point, to remind you, oh, I was there for you at your lowest point. Okay, were you there so they could throw it up in your face later, or were they genuinely there because they wanted to be? Because if they were there because they wanted to be, Leos, they would never, when I say never throw it up in your face, they would never be keeping count, unless they keeping count with themselves and say, I'm saying there's a, sort of an imbalance here. This is my love language. I wanted to know what your love language was. This is my love language. And I just don't feel like my needs are being met. So I'm going to go ahead and just part ways and move on. But somebody felt like emotionally they could drag you down to a lower frequency and contaminate you by all this competing and comparing. You better recognize who you are. You're a freaking Leo. Listen, even for my cross watchers, whatever house you rule, you better master it. Whatever house you rule, and find out what your north node is. I keep trying to tell people, listen, I can say this to the end of time. It's a new beginning for you. Now you left the foolishness behind. You done rolled out, roll out, roll out. Yeah, you're using wisdom. You are sick and tired of people trying to use, somebody's trying to use scripture and all of this and stuff on you, trying to use the book on you. But guess what? You're learning how to choose wisely. You're learning how to use sources wisdom. Not their book that they don't even go by the rules, and their own book that they use. And here's a 7, right? Yeah, wearing a mask. Vain, vengeful, green with envy. Yeah, yep. So what I'm seeing for you now is financial and material changes. You're at a midpoint in your life right now, and you're trying to put the past behind you. Do the shadow work. I can't listen. Prosperity about to begin for you. And guess what? You don't want to be around nobody who has you disrupted because of their demons. They don't want to, you know, I feel like somebody dealing with somebody who can't even admit that they have temptations, but they always want to tell you about yours. But they catch people at their lowest point so they can play these stupid mind games. Okay. Leos, y'all need to tell them you got the right one. Here we have stand your ground. Somebody need to tell somebody. Somebody need to ask somebody that everybody knows something about these type of energies all day long. 1 in 6 or 7. They love to call tower moments. They be the first one to shine a light on somebody else's demons, but won't look at their own. Ciao, bye. Ciao, goodbye. Goodbye and good riddance. They have no compassion towards people. None whatsoever. They feel like they got all the answers, and you're just supposed to sit there and just be like, well, I guess you're right. But hold on. Turn that mirror back around. Okay, you've accepted your demons, but turn that mirror right on back around, because they don't want to admit that they have to. Listen, I'm not preaching to the choir. You know what you got to do, whoever you are, whoever circle of people you're around, when they always trying to point out everybody else's demons and then get mad when somebody don't view them as their God. They will literally fist banging on a desk, fiery mad, eyes bloodshot red, veins popping up the top of their head. They mad because somebody else won't, like, hold on, why do I need to admit something to you? You're not my God. You weren't there. They don't even give people an opportunity to even process their emotions and thoughts. But let somebody turn that mirror back on them. Watch what kind of enemy you see come out of that. What I say, the truth. Because the truth is, everyone in human form has temptations. Some people don't want to admit that they have temptations and put those temptations under submission. But they too busy running around with a mirror pointed at everybody else. Listen, y'all. Y'all need to learn how to, if it comes down to it, certain things you don't need to give air to, because it's stating the obvious. But, and you don't even need to curse a person out. You don't even need to give air to it. You don't even need to put those words in your mouth to curse yourself. You don't even need to, because some people love all of that. Oh, we cussing each other out now. Okay, well then let's go make love after. No, you ain't touching me. If I gotta get to that level of crying and cussing somebody out, it is over. It's over with the quickness. I'm so done with you. It's not even, because it takes too much energy to go vibrate on that low frequency. If I gotta cuss you out and crying and eyes, tears shooting out all, you better bet your last dollar is over. It is over. You can go tell whoever, whatever. It's over. Because unless you crying happy tears, somebody who likes to see you crying sad tears all the time, it's a brand new beginning for you. Child, who has time for that? You too sunny. You too sunny. Leos. Child, what in the world? Now get other people's demons out of your energetic layer. Something should be easy for you at this point, Leos. Come on, y'all. Ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Get people's other demonic energy out of your auric layer today. If you're a Leo, act like it, y'all. Act like a high vibrating Leo. Someone who is confident, charismatic, and generous. Get away from these energies who are trying their hardest to bring out the arrogant, stubborn, and domineering Leo. That is a low vibrating Leo. Leos, I hope y'all hear me with everything. I'm very protective of my community because I want y'all to vibrate high. I want y'all to be in your north node. You're divinely protected, but I'm telling you, Source is dismantling that whole idea of being around people who feel like they got to bring you down to your lowest, to crying and cussing them out, and they want to shine a light on your shadow. Well, hold on, Cowpo. Hold the freaking phone. Because I ain't the only one sitting here with shadow work that needs to be done. Because let me turn that mirror back around. All of a sudden they stuttering and stammering and they going tit for tat. You know what? You're an open enemy. You just showed me that you could not wait to stack up what was wrong with me, to turn around and use it against me, and that's not the kind of friendship, that's not the kind of relationship period, that's not the kind of manager I want, that's not the kind of friends I want, that's not the kind of energies I need to be around. I've already done the shadow work or working on my shadow self, and all you can do is keep reminding me of my shadow self. 1 and 8 is 9, end it. Let them sit somewhere, sitting or spinning around like a Tasmanian devil. That has nothing to do with you. That's what I have for you all, Leos. Keep shining bright. Matter of fact, turn up. Turn all the way up. Turn that freaking thing up. Sunlight bright. Okay? Turn it all the way up. And let whoever tell whatever. They want to run around and lie. All they doing exposing themselves. They want to lie on you. Let them expose themselves. While you sit somewhere and adjust your freaking crown. And learn how to be in receiving mode of people who are giving you your flowers, telling you look nice, telling you smell nice, telling you without thinking everybody is flirting with you. Some people are really just genuinely telling you, you know what, you really inspire me. You know what, maybe I need to put on an extra little pot. There's nothing new under the sun. Maybe you inspire somebody to start wearing yellow or start wearing gold. Or start wearing their hair a certain kind of way, or start dressing a certain kind of way, or going to the gym to go work out. Maybe, hey, learn how to accept your flowers. Learn how to be easy to receive. Source is trying to put you in a softer light instead of being around people who always want to point out your shortcomings. Y'all better learn. Y'all better get away from them kind of people. They got a problem for everything. Y'all get ready to start. If you're in a leadership position, you're about to start holding your employees accountable. Don't come to me with no problems unless you bring in at least 3 solutions that we can mull over. Time is precious, right? This is how you balancing stuff out. I'm taking off the super person cape. Yes, I may be in a leadership position, but if you come to me with a problem, you better bring at least 3 solutions. 3 is a number for inspiration. Do not step foot across that threshold unless if you're coming in with a problem, you better have 3 solutions. Something I can really look at and say, okay, I'm glad you're thinking for yourself. Okay, you're preparing other leaders. Because too many people trying to make Leos look like you're saving stuff, and that's a setup for failure, y'all. That's a setup for failure. Pride comes before the fall. It's a setup for failure. I'm telling y'all, the best leaders out here. I had this one manager. She was so bomb. Bomb.com. She was, just on it. I hope she is where she said that she wanted to be one day, for real. Because when you hear women talk about other women and say, oh, I can't work for women, that's you. You better recognize greatness when you're standing in front of it. I used to work for this one woman who, we worked for quite a few women who were just bomb.com for real. And men, actually, just great leaders. But the best ones are the ones who encourage people to bring the light out within themselves, right? Like, come on now, I've been there. I've been at your position, at a lower level position, whatever, and I'm trying to bring the best out in you, right? Make sure people who bringing you issues got some solutions. They're not just coming with a bunch of problems, or they can't look at themselves. Like, somebody could be in a relationship with somebody. They love to see you cry, broken, busted, and disgusted. They love you at a low frequency because it brings you down to how they feel about themselves. Better wake up, Leos. Ain't no competition. I wouldn't be sitting there studying somebody else. Study your own freaking birth chart. become the best you that you can be, because source position you, put you in a position. This is something, is a whole new beginning for you. And you know when people in a whole new beginning, because they walk, their back is walking straight, they confident, they happy, they speaking, they making eye contact with people, they come in, they do what they need to do, and then they bounce, they out. That's what I'm seeing for you all, Leo. So yeah, no more disruptions for you. No more disruptions for you. Forget all of that. You had a karmic couple in your midst who decided to throw you into a fire, they threw you into a lion's den. And to see who would survive? No sir and no ma'am. No, you better start looking at yourself. That's what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next.